What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So what I want to talk about today, guys, is what does it take to change an ABS sensor in an S550 Mustang? Now, I had that problem, but not in this S550. It was in the 2015 Mustang GT that I used to have. Now, I bought that car back in September of 2019. I had high hopes for it. I wanted to put turbos on it. I wanted to build it up. Thing is, the car was problematic. 2 months after I owned the car, the AC compressor went bad, and it was constantly throwing codes. Like I would get codes every week for intermittent evap problems, misfires, and things like that. But then at one point, the ABS sensor light came on. I tried to clear that code, but the light came back on, right? So it was clear that something was wrong with the car. You know, this is a video that I wasn't going to throw out, but this is something that might actually help somebody. So if you've had an ABS sensor go bad, you'll see how it is. The dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree. So let me take you into the car. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so we're in the car and we're just going to start it up right here. You can see the first thing that comes up, hill start assist not available. See that? And then advanced track service. So you just clear those out, hit OK twice, and they clear out. And you can see down in there, you see the two symbols on the right and left of the PR and SD symbols. That's telling you that the traction control and the advanced track is off. And also you can see there that the ABS light is on. I saw this and I realized that I had to find out really what that was all about. So I had a friend of mine scan it, and I was told that one of the ABS sensors is bad, and we isolated it to the right front. So I got this sensor, and we're gonna pull a car in the garage now and try to change it. Okay, so now with the Gen 2 in the garage, let's get to work. You can see here, it can get pretty hot here in the garage. You know, when you live in Southwest Florida in July, it gets pretty hot. You know, that could be a deterrent to doing work here in the garage. I don't do a lot of work here, and this is the reason why. Okay, so with the wheel off, the car up on the jack, we got a jack stand there just in case. Jack's still holding up the car, but the jack stand is in there just in case. You can see that little guy right there. See that wire going in there? That's where the ABS sensor is. Take off that 10mm bolt, pull that thing out, and change it. All right, guys, let's do it. Okay, let's give this a try. Came out pretty easily. And there you have it, guys. That's the ABS sensor. Right there. Let's change it out. Okay, so here's the new one. Motorcraft. Is there a part number on here? No part. There's the part number for the right front. Okay, just open it up, take a look at it. What do we have? We got something that's got a long wire on it. So this connector is probably further back. It's not right here in the wheel well. So we're gonna have to pull out that cover and see where this end connects. And there it is, guys. After folding back the wheel well, insert, you can see the connector is way up there. So there's no way around it. You got to pull that thing back to reach that connector. But we got it. We're going to do it now. One thing I could say about these Ford connectors, they're easy. You just lift up on this little red thing, press in on that little black thing that's in there, and it comes apart. It's just sometimes you find yourself in awkward positions, laying on my back trying to reach up here and do this. This could be a pain in it, but it actually slid off of this little gizmo over here that's mounted to the car. Sort of slid off of that because it was mounted on that little track. See that? And it came right out. So let's mount up this new one, and we're in like Flynn. Well, one thing I'd like to say about these push pins, see that one there and that one there? They're actually very easy to install, but they're a royal pain to take off. I mean, there was one right there. There was another one in here. A couple of them back behind there. You know, you gotta sort of get something to pry behind them and pull it out. And it's a pain, you know, it's a royal pain. But once you get them out, it's easy to snap them back in. There she is, she's all buttoned up. Got this thing on here, this one. It's easy to put in, but it was a pain to take off. We'll just tighten up this sensor right here, not too tight. And that should just about do it. And we'll just get some of these push pins back in. I mean, these things are a royal pain. But I guess that's how they got to do it. We got two more on the bottom here. That one also had to come out, and I was able to fold the whole inside out. You know, so let's see if we can give you a better view. This way we could fold that thing out. You know, this car is 5 years old. It's got 41,000 miles on it. It's a little dirty. But you know what? She's a good car. I'm happy with her. And I'll show you the two on the bottom right here. Let's get these to go in. You know, sometimes these things are just more of a pain in their worth. I'll try this one first. This one's kind of flimsy. Let's see if we can get that baby to go in. There we go. That's it. We're in like Flynn. Just a few of these to get this thing folded back so we can get in there, but she's all installed. Let's see how it works. Okay, let's see if it worked. Look at that, guys. Success! It worked. How about that? All right, I'm happy. There you have it. That's what it's like to change an ABS sensor in a Gen 2 or a Gen 3 for that matter. Probably most Ford cars are like this. But this is nice. This is one of those times where it actually worked. I'm pretty psyched. Well, there you have it, guys. Relatively easy repair to change an ABS sensor. If you could change a tire on a car, you should be able to change an ABS sensor. It's not that hard. But in my case, I was fortunate because when the ABS sensor light comes on, it tells you that there's a problem, but it doesn't tell you which ABS sensor is the problem, right? So I was able to have a friend of mine scan the car and tell me which ABS sensor was bad, and I was able to go in there and change it. And you could do that too. All you got to do basically is go to an auto parts store, have them scan it for you, or bring it to a mechanic and have them scan it. So relatively easy repair. I hope this video helps somebody because that's why I put these videos out a lot of times, guys, is to help people. So hopefully, you know, you got some help out of this one. Now, as far as my Orange Fury car here, the car's basically finished. You know, we've stepped it up to stage 2. We did the tuning on it, right? It made roughly 800 horsepower to the wheels. Here's the car and the dyno here, and you can see it ripping on the dyno. And it made, you know, roughly 800 horsepower. It made a lot of power on pump gas with a little bit of boosting. Now, the rear went bad on this car, and it needed to be replaced. Here's the new rear. It's a performance pack rear with a cast iron case. Has a Torsen differential in it and a 355 gear. The rear's been put in the car, and she's ready to race. Now, it's really hot here in Florida, and you you know, when it's 95, 100 degrees, that doesn't really sit well with me going to the track. These are not optimal conditions, so I'm probably going to wait till things cool down and get the car to the track. And she'll run 9s, I'm sure of it, because with the rear going bad, we ran low 10s. Now that the car's all fixed, it should run consistent 9s. The problem with that is that once I get into the 9s, the track officials up at Bradenton are likely to tell me to put a cage in the car. And I don't really want to do that. So at that point, I'm probably not going to do much more with this car. Probably sell it and move on to something else. Now, what would I move on to, right? Well, we have another car, and here it is. It's a 1996 Mustang GT, beautiful laser red. We bought this car in 2005, and it's got well over 200,000 miles on it. And it's been up and down the East Coast so many times. The mileage is like way up there, but she runs perfect. It's got an automatic, does not have leather interior, but the interior is in perfect condition. And the car is beautiful. It was painted just before we bought it. The car's in storage right now. I got these videos when the car was up in Pennsylvania several years ago when my old lady drove it up there. What are we going to do with this car? We haven't decided, but it's a prime candidate to put a Coyote in it. And in all likelihood, when I move on from this Orange Fury car, we're going to bring that 96 Mustang GT back here and do a Coyote swap with it. But we'll see. That's one possibility for the future. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope the ABS sensor video helped somebody. That's why we put these videos out, to help people. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.